welcome to another series for Excel for data analysis. This will be a quick tutorial. Today we'll be talking about if or, if and, nested if and ifs. So that's what we'll be discussing today. And I hope you've watched my previous videos. Please watch it and practice. The more you practice, the more you learn. So today we want to use this data to practice if or, if and, nested if and ifs. Now we have students here. These students, they wrote jump, English, maths, chemistry, biology, physics, and these are 12 students. So there are some criteria here. These are the criteria we want to use to grade the student. If is a what? Is a conditional statement. Like if you can go, if you can come back in 30 minutes, I'll give you this. If you can do this, I'll give you this. So now let's see how if is used. Firstly, let's sum this up. Equals sum then we drag it down to get others. Now firstly, let's use if. Now the condition we want to use for if now is here. If the total score here is above 300, that person should be given medicine. If the score here is above 280, such individual should be given engineering. If any individual score 250 and above, such individual should be given medicine. While any individual that score 250 below should be given biochemistry. Now look how we are going to do this. So if it's just for a single criteria. If is used for a single criteria. Now see, equals if, you press tab, then we say if this is what? If this is greater than, you now put greater than. Now we are using this medicine criteria. Now if H3 is greater than 300, comma, what do we want it to write? We should write, look at the way I open this. Look at this double comma at the top, because I'm using, anytime you want to, your statement is in text, you need to put these commas, you need to put it in quotes, in these double quotes. But if it is in a number, you don't quote it. But if it is in text, you need to quote it. So if individual score above 300, you can see greater than 300, medicine, that individual should be given medicine, comma. What if the individual doesn't score above 300? Let's put nil, N-I-L-L. So this one should be in quotes as well. So this one should be in quotes as well. Then I close the brackets. You can see, we say if this individual score above 300, they should give that person medicine. While if the individual score below 300, you should write nil. Let's do it once again. If you want to start to write equals if, tab, you click on this, greater than sign, then 300. So if it is greater than 300, comma, then you put your quotes, then you write medicine. Since you say if the person score above 300, that person should be given medicine, you close it. Then if you check here, you can see that when I'm through, you can see this, when I was writing medicine, these value if true is capitalized. Now if I put comma, you can see it shifted to value if false. So this is just like what should I call it? A guide that you can follow. So now if it is false, you want you to write nil. Then we close our bracket. You can see this person scored above 300, then that person was given medicine. Now let's drag it down. You can see This individual doesn't score above 300, nil, nil, nil. Why this one scored 340, medicine. This one scored 303, medicine. So that's how to use if. Now let's go to if. If is a conditional statement in which if this, if you do this or this, I'm going to give you this. Assuming, for example, now let's say if you pass English or Maths, I will buy you car. That means if you pass either English or Maths, if you pass either English or Maths, I'm going to buy you car. So it's a conditional statement as well. So we are using two criteria. Now let's see how if or is used. You write equals if, press tab, you now put or, you press tab again. Then what do we want? We say or is here. This is the criteria we want to use. Or. So 70% above in chemistry or biology, we should give that person pharmacy. Now we will say if this person score, you click on chemistry, if this is greater than 70, comma, you can see or is already there. We won't put or again. Or this one is greater than 70. You see, I'll close the bracket. I'll now put my comma. Then if the value is true, you should give that person pharmacy. And if the value is false, you should write nil. You can write anything. I'm just using nil for my own example. Then I'll close the bracket. Then I'll enter. You can see. Yeah, I'll drag it down. You see, we said if anybody that score either above 70% in chemistry or biology should be given pharmacy. You can see this person is given pharmacy because he scored more than 70% in both chemistry and biology. Why this person, the third one here, is scored 56 in chemistry, which is below 70%, but he scored 73 in biology, which is more than 70%. And we say it's either that person scored above 70% in chemistry or biology, should be given pharmacy. So you can see it's scored lower than 70 here, but more than 70 here. So that's why he was given medicine. You can see here as well. The student scored above 70 in chemistry, but scored below 70 in biology, yet he was given pharmacy. So it's because he scored above 70% in either of these two subjects. Now let's use if and. That means if you can do this and this, that means the two statements, the two conditions must be met before we can do anything. Now let's use this criteria for and. Now let's use the first one. Equals if tab, then use and. Then we said if the student scored above 70% in chemistry and biology, we should do what? We should give them medicine. If let's use 1%. Oh, now look at this. I don't want to do this complex thing. If this, let's try it. If this and this, if this plus this is greater than, don't worry, don't let me confuse you. Let's use a simple thing. Let's say if someone passed chemistry and biology, let's give them medicine. Now let's say what should we use as our pass mark? Chemistry is over, all the subject is over 100. Let's use 60 as our pass mark. That means if chemistry is greater than 60, comma, if we don't write if again, we now click on biology again. If it is greater than 60, If biology is greater than 60, then we close the brackets, comma. If it is true, we should give those people medicine. But if it is false, what should we do? Let's give them nursing. You can see it's because this person scored above 70% in both biology and chemistry, he was given medicine. Let's check others as well. Let's drag it down. Now you can see this person scored above 70% in chemistry and biology. He was given medicine, but others, they either score 70% and above in chemistry or biology. So they were given, since they did not meet the two criteria, they did not score above 70% in both chemistry and biology. That was why they were not given medicine. Now, let's go to nested if. Now, for nested if, we want to say if a student score above, if the student score highest, as in if the student score like 70% in mathematics, that student should be given statistics. If that student scores 70% in chemistry, that student should be given industrial chemistry. If the student scores 70% above in biology, that student should be given doctor. If the student scores 70% above in physics, that student should be given engineer. So you can see there are multiple criteria in this if. That's why we call it nested if. That means we use many if in one. Let's see how it's going to go. Equals if, press tab. The first one is if math, where is math? Our pass mark is 70 now. It's greater than 70, comma, what do we want to give that person? Statistics. Let's put stats. We put our comma. Now what do we want to do? Now what do we do now? We now put the second if. Instead of us writing the value if false, we now put another if. If, open bracket. So if this person score more than 70% in chemistry, comma, what should we give such person? Industrial, let's write ind chem. That's industrial chemistry. We put comma. Instead of us to write their value if false now, we had another if again. Open bracket. Now if this person score above 70 in biology, comma, what should we give that person? We give that person doctor. You see continue again. You can see I'm using many if inside one statement. You see continue again. If this person score above 70% in physics, comma, we should give the other person engineering. You see? Now I put my comma. Sorry, let me show you so that you can see what I'm writing. But you can see up here, this is what I'm writing. If you can't see it here, it's here. So let me bring it here. So it's the same thing. So if that person scored more than 70% in physics, we should give such person engineering. And put engineering in quotes so that it doesn't bring error. If you don't put this double quotes, it's going to bring error. So now, when I'm done with my criteria, you know it's just 5, and I'm done with this, I will now write if false. That means if all these criteria are not met, what do we want to give that person? Let's give that person education. This is just an example, it's just for tutorial purpose. Let's give that person education. Let's give that person education. Or okay, don't let us give that person education. Let's put a number. Let's just write, if the person doesn't meet this criteria, let's put maybe 50. You know, I've been using number, I've been using test. Let's use number now. 50. You can see when I'm using number now, I did not put it in quotes. But when I'm using test, I'm putting it in quotes. Now let's close it. Okay. Why does it bring error? I was supposed to close all these if that I opened, or every if have open parentheses, and that means open bracket and close bracket. So I was supposed to close all the brackets for all the ifs I used. So I only closed one. That was why Isaac corrected me and closed everything for me. You can see this if, the first if, the second if, the third if, the fourth if. So this bracket will be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's drag it down and see. Now you can see this person that was given industrial chemistry, that means this person passed, scored more than 70% in chemistry. Yes. Now this person that was given statistics, that means this person scored more in mathematics, more than 70% in mathematics. You can see. You can see now you can see this person also scored more than 70% in biology, but it was the first criteria. Biology and mathematics come first in the criteria. That was why Isaac gave this person statistics. Now here, this doctor, that means this person scored more in biology. You can see this person scored highest in biology, 73. Why this one that is 50? That means they did not score more than 70% in all the courses. You can see maths, English, biology, physics. You know there is no criteria for English. So that means this person did not score more than 70% in any of the courses. That was why it gave it 50. You can see, and this person that was given engineering, that means this person scored more than 70% in physics. Let's see. You can see this person scored 80 in physics. Why others? No. That was why it was given engineering. But note this, the example I gave you here, you see, this person scored highest in mathematics, 80 in mathematics, and 85 in biology. You can see both of them are greater than 70%. But in our criteria that we use, mathematics comes first before biology. So definitely it will execute mathematics first before biology. That was why this person was given statistics. But if I change this 80, if I change it to something like 65, you see that this person will be given a doctor. Let's change it to 60. Okay, that means okay, this person is not given. Why? This person was given industrial chemistry. Why? Because chemistry comes second. After what? After mathematics. Now let's change chemistry to a lower score that is lower than biology, and let's see what will happen. 65. You can see this person is not giving doctor. You can see. So let's return it back to the way it was. This was 75, and this was I think this was 80. So let's continue. Then we have ifs. In ifs, instead of you using many if, instead of you writing if this one is if this one is equal to this, write this, comma, if this one is equal to this, write this, comma, if this one is equal to this, write if, comma. No, in nested ifs, you write equals ifs. You open it. We are still going to use the same criteria we use here. So we say if this math is greater than 70%, comma, we should give that person statistics. Still the same thing, comma. You know, when we are using nested if, after this we will write another if, but since we are using ifs, I'm not going to write another if again. I'll just continue with my second criteria. So I will write if this chemistry is greater than 70%, comma, we should give that person industrial chem, comma. I won't write another if. I'll just continue like this. If this is greater than 70%, comma, we should give that person what? A doctor. Let's write doc, comma. Now the fourth criteria, instead of me writing if, I won't write if again. So the last criteria, I'll just say if physics is greater than 70%, comma, what did I want to happen? So that person will be what? Engineer. So I close it. You can say I close it. Now I'll just close my bracket. Just one. You know, we only have one ifs here. Then I'll just close the bracket. You might be surprised. First, let me enter it. You can see. Now, you can see this one is industrial chemistry, this one is industrial chemistry, this one is stat, this one is stat, this one is doctor, this one is doctor, this one is industrial chemistry, this one is industrial chemistry. All of them are the same, except those 50-50 that doesn't meet the criteria. It brings NA not available. Because of what? Because we did not specify anything, they did not meet any of the criteria. So this is how to use if or, if and, nested if, and ifs. So there are criteria. So there are formulas we use when using criteria in Excel. So please watch this many times as possible, then practice. The more you practice, the more you get to know it very well. All right, see you in our next class. Till then, stay safe.